The truth occurs.
Hi everyone, it's Sonia here. Huge and horrible wildfires have been raging in California, but there's something very strange about these fires. Before I start this video, I'd like to say thank you for subscribing and don't forget to bell me, and thank you for your support on Patreon. So okay, there are these huge wildfires raging in California, destroying huge areas, including a lot of houses, sometimes even entire communities, burnt to the ground. And sadly, many people have lost their lives. In fact, it's so bad that people are wondering, where are they supposed to rebuild these homes? Now, the thing is, there's something very weird about this fire, weird about the way it's burning things down. As many people have noticed, it seems like the fire is selective, almost surgical. You'll see these areas where one house is burnt down next to a house that's untouched. And more strangely, in a lot of the photos, the trees surrounding the houses seem to be fine. Another thing that's strange is you may come across these photos of burnt out cars lined up along the side of the highway next to green trees that are untouched. In fact, the way the fire has attacked homes and cars and communities has been so strange that some are calling it the most selective forest fire in history. Naturally, people are wondering, how could this happen? And some people are thinking that maybe it's not an accident. Maybe it was intentional. Now, when I research something, I like to consider all sides of the issue. I like to hear what everyone has to say. So I headed over to metabunk.org to see how they were going to debunk the idea that somebody was doing this on purpose. They say that the reason trees don't burn, but houses do, is that the houses are made of dry wood, but the trees are green, so they're, fireproof? Usually when it's a forest fire, I thought that trees do burn, and that's how the fire ends up going to the house in the first place. I mean, we're not talking about sections where there's a lot of fire and then sections where there are a lot of green trees that maybe escape the fire. We're talking about pictures like this, where how does this even happen? Where did the fire even come from? You don't even see an entry point for the fire to get to the houses. What, did it just suddenly light up across the pavement where there's nothing to burn? Because it didn't burn the trees behind the house and it didn't burn the trees in front of the house. So you really have to wonder, how did it even get to the house? Well, one possible explanation, which many people are speculating on these days, is that this is not a natural fire, but this destruction is a result of a directed energy weapon. I'll show you a video of, well, I'll give you the link to a video of what a directed energy weapon can do. It can come out of the sky like a bolt of lightning and aim energy directly at a structure such as a house and set it ablaze. You would think, okay, maybe this could be used in a war zone, but why would it be used in California? That's the strange thing. You have to consider, what would be the motive? So of course there are a few people out there who have some theories about what the motive could be. There's this woman, Deborah Tavares, shown here in a meeting with Sonoma County Board Supervisors, disclosing that the Northern California fires are caused by directed energy weapons, and she ties these fires to the Rothschild family. Well, I mean, if you're going to blame somebody, usually you start with the Rothschilds. And if that doesn't work out, you can always blame George Soros. What's weird about this video, planned to burn up Northern California, was from February 28th, 2018. So how did she know? She claims a download was intercepted from Pacific Gas and Electric, which contained documents detailing their plans to use directed energy weapons on Sonoma, California. Well, that's what she says, but it's not like the documents are out there in internet land for us to just peruse and check. The only reference I could find to them was from chemtrailplanet.com, where they're discussing directed energy weapons. And the people who created this website are of the mind that a lot of these fires are created by DEWs Not only in California, though, but all around the world, including places like Portugal, which is a bit weird because why would Pacific Gas and Electric want to destroy Portugal? There has to be a motive. What could it be? Well, I came across this on Facebook. John Laws had put together this graphic showing that the California wildfires line up exactly in the same path as the California high-speed rail system. So here you have a map, and at the top is where the fires are, and below is the railway system. That's pretty weird. That would be, I guess that could be a motive. It's a bit extreme way to go about achieving your goals. I looked for the maps. Well, I figured it can't be that hard to find the maps because it has the icon of where it came from on the corner of the map. So I looked up these maps, and sure enough, California high-speed rail system potential phasing. There is a map of this. It's the same map, but what about the fires? Well, it's from Cal Fire. They have a website and they have all their maps on there. There are tons of maps out there of the California wildfires from this year and also previous years. And so here's the one from 2018. It is in California and it does go along the coast. It touches some of the areas on the rail system map, but I wouldn't say it's exactly the same. And it doesn't head out to Las Vegas at all. As far as I can tell, all these maps have in common with each other is the fact that they're both in California and roughly going down the coast. Nonetheless, that is something to keep in mind. It's possible that they want to take the land over for some reason to build infrastructure. I would actually think that, if anything, in my mind, there would be some motive to destroy habitable lands that are not large cities because of Agenda 21 and the Wildlands Project and the rewilding of America and Agenda 21 trying to encourage people to get back into cities. So, I mean, this is just a theory. I'm just throwing it out there. But if you were going to have a motive to burn a place down, which I'm not saying somebody did, but let's just say, if you wanted to get people concentrated into cities where you could control them, well, that would be a motive. Deborah Tavares believes that the fires are related, at least in some part, to trying to depopulate the area. And she has an article here saying that after the fire, they discovered Native American artifacts. And that now, because of this discovery, it's now an archaeological area and people cannot build homes on it. And so this proves that I guess it doesn't really prove anything exactly. So she believes that the fires were done intentionally so that they could then find a reason why people cannot build on that land. So is there proof that these fires are caused by DEWs? You know, I'm sort of 50-50 on it. I mean, obviously there's no solid proof. No one has exactly leaked documents or video footage of beams coming down and incinerating houses. It's hard to find the motive. Another possibility that seems pretty likely to me is that the smart meters are blowing up. And so this would explain why there could be an area with no fire entrance seen from the front or back, and yet the house is destroyed because enough heat has come close enough to the house to make the smart meter blow up. And that's why the house goes up in flames and the things around it are untouched. But whatever it is, to me the fire looks very strange. I know there have been fires all the way back in history, and fires sometimes do strange things, but this is really strange. This is not normal. Even if you look at the picture from Portugal, that hardly compares with this picture, which is from FEMA, showing houses just sort of completely annihilated with everything around them untouched. So let me know what you think. Leave me your comments below. And thank you for liking this video. Thanks for your support on Patreon. Thank you for listening to me, and I'll see you next time.